I love this song.
You like the drop. Everybody likes it when the song drops. You listen to this on the way to work?
I listen to this all the time.
I love it.
I'm like,
You're in your Michigan traffic. That's funny.
I got the faces up now. I didn't see it going. Yeah. Hello,
Trying something new here.
I want to meet the dude that made this music. Maybe we can get him to
But
come
that-
on
you
the
need it.
show.
You need to put that on your crypto bucket list. You're yeah.
Oh, welcome to the Dip a Toe. Let's talk crypto show. How you
Yes,
doing,
yes. I'm doing well. I'm busy, but I'm doing well. Very, very good. Actually, didn't know if I was going to be making it here in the old crypto cave that I'm in right now. I thought I'd be doing this on location with my cell phone, as we had some windstorms come through last night, and
Oh,
my location, I'm pretty close to the water. I'm not like right at the water, but I'm close enough. And when you're out in the flat like that, man, there's nothing there. You get the full brunt of the wind. Anybody that lives right on that water, you're like, oh, it's hurricane season. Oh, great. I'm moving. We're relocating temporarily for 3 weeks to Tennessee or wherever. I mean, northern Georgia or Alabama, or forget it. We're just going to Colorado and go skiing.
I want to
So
be
yeah, I'm
rich.
good.
I want to be rich. So
Na,
that
na, 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 na.
Yeah, I would love to, at some point in my life, I'm going to be in a situation where I can do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. That is my ultimate goal for my future.
That's good, because you got to have dreams, and those dreams is what keeps you alive and keep on going. And we can always do what we want to do when we want to do it, per se.
Right.
I'd like to add a little spice on that, which is, it's the how I want to.
Yeah.
Right. It's really the how I want, at my leisure, how I want to, and that's really it. It's the how I want to, in my fashion. Right. So I want to be rich so I can do the things in my fashion.
Or as Mr. Man says, I'm not rich, I'm wealthy. I want to
That's
be
right. I
wealthy.
am wealthy. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Wealthy. That's it. Absolutely.
that is a better. I was just being snarky because of the song, but yes, I don't ever see myself as being quote unquote retired, where I'm just not doing anything.
Mhm.
I will always be learning and evolving as a person, and meeting people, and hopefully this show and Beyond the Brink and Vita Broadcast Network and Simon Says Crypto, hopefully Entirely Crypto Solutions will be successful, and we'll be able to go on location and do some awesome interviews.
Oh yeah. So there. Yeah. We'll have to talk about. Ask me again about the tour bus.
Oh,
Yeah, ask me again about tour bus. That's
I can
yeah.
see it
Later
now.
at another show. Another show. Ask me about the tour boys.
Oh, you know what? Before we really get going here, I have something that I wanted to share with you that I
Okay.
find hilarious, and I'm not quite sure that we would want. We're not changing our song unless you really insist, but I doubt you will. But I
What do you
thought that
got?
this was so funny. If I can find it, there happens to be a song that I came across, and I think you might actually like it quite a bit. I don't want. All right, let's see. How do I do this? I don't want to play. Hold on, hold on,
Oh,
hold
there
on.
it is.
Hold
Hey,
on, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna present. Share my screen. All right, guys, you guys got to give the thumbs up in the chat as if you think this might be a good fit for us. Okay, ready? Here we
I'm
go.
ready. Bring it.
Don't worry so much. Just give the water a touch. Nobody has to know. And if the time is right, just let your mind ignite. Nobody has to know that you dipped the toe. Dip the
You got it. We must keep this right there.
toe.
Oh, yeah.
No reason to hide. Get all the way inside. I'ma take you for a ride.
Who is this?
CeeLo Green.
The CeeLo Green? No way. Is it really? Is it just a
Yes.
bite or is it a whole? Is it a whole cut?
It's the whole cut. And that's the whole cut. And you know what? Did you actually hear it really well? Because I forgot to add it to the dang stage again.
Oh no. You
could hear
that was
Yeah.
yeah. That was enough for me to hear that. But that the professor says he's laughing his hiney off, and it's perfect.
I love it.
Yeah. We should switch it up, man. In
I
fact,
came across
I think
it
I'm gonna make this your ringtone. I'm gonna make that your ringtone. I'm gonna splice it up and make it your ringtone. So when you call, that's what it's gonna sound like.
exactly. When I came across it, I was like, "Are you shitting me right now?" Because I was looking up. Because now, folks, we have a Dip a Toe YouTube channel that's gonna house.
Yes.
We're gonna run. We're still gonna run on Vita. But we're also gonna have it on Dip a Toe YouTube channel. And so I was trying to find us because we have at Dip a Toe. How easy is that? And I started looking to see what else might be on there. Or when I was searching for our name, that song came up, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know there was a song called Dip a Toe already." So
That's awesome. That is awesome. God bless you, CeeLo Green. Once again, you've just come out you've come out of the darkness with these epic cuts, man. That's what I loved about CeeLo Green. He would just come out and bam, bam, and you're like, whoa, CeeLo dropping notes again. Love it.
and it's the perfect amount of time. It's just a little snippy dippy, like 30 seconds or whatever.
I love it. That's awesome. So
I never saw you get in.
what I'm trying to do is I'm literally trying to add I'm trying to add these headphones to this cell phone so I can throw this headphones far away so we don't get any feedback from my cell phone. Because when you let me in as a guest, that's when I can't mute my phone. So if I stay in there, in fact, I'd like to experiment. Sorry, folks, while we're going through this, but I do want to share a few thingaroos.
Can I give you one tip? One tip first.
Give me a tip.
You're doing what I did with my phone. I realized that when I put I have a jack for my headphones. So I put a jack into my phone, into the bottom of my phone, and then turn it all the way down, and then I don't hear it anymore. But if I don't have it in there, then I can still hear it. So I don't know.
No, I am jackless in the Washington State. Somebody's gonna cut that up and make fun of me. I love it. I mean, I can, I'm jackless.
I am jackless.
So anyways, I'm jackless.
I am jackless.
Yeah, I'm jackless.
Jackless.
You sent me hot off the presses link today to here Department of Labor fiduciary rule financial services committee that took place today, January 10th, 2024, 10 a.m. East
Yeah.
Coast. Oh, whoops,
Yes.
forgot the bottom part. Ding. On the east side of America. And you know, I didn't get to watch it all. I started watching at the beginning, and then I had some other things to do, and I came back, and before I knew it, bam, it was like it was over. So, but I caught a tail end of something that I think is that I'd like to highlight that's very important. And you and I talked about this pre-show. And that is the level of understanding that these decision makers don't quite have yet. Okay, I'm not saying that they don't have it, because some of them do, but it's like they're just clearly defining what things are, where different departments stand. Like, you know, there's a whole bunch of, you know, processes that they have to do. So benefit of the doubt, you kind of know what you're talking about.
Yep.
But I recommend you come on this show and dip your toe to get a little clarity, if you will. And I will share that in just a moment, because I do want to talk about that, and I want to address the issue of real and fake. Real and fake. Well, dang, where's my app? There's my app. Oh my gosh, we're already trying to. Let's join that real quick. Start listening. Here I am, and don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Huh? Feedback. You know, when I was in high school, Simon, I was in a band, and the name of the band was called Feedback. We were actually called Feedback. We were a popular group around town. I sang Hit Me With Your Best Shot and Hell Is for Children. Huh? I was rocking the Eagles too. I sang back up on, we did some Eagles songs, and yeah, pretty fun. I actually pulled up that hearing, and I'll post a link in our chat in case people missed it, the one that you're about ready to talk about. And I even could get it to the end, something that perked my interest as well. Whenever
I'm going to step aside real quick and hide my phone.
All right. I'm going to try to find the spot and I'll play it. How's that? Okay, guys. So let's see if I can do it. I'm going to share my screen. Share. And
okay.
All right. I'm going to share.
Oh, you
this
got it queued up.
if it's if I get it. Okay, here we go.
I'm looking for Mr. Lynch. Yeah, you're close.
Well,
but no sound.
Yeah.
No sound. That's the guy right there.
Yeah, this is one.
Without objection.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Can you hear it all right?
Perfect. Yeah, we can. Yep. Go ahead and play it from there. Let's play it 2 times. I want to play it 2 times.
I'm a former trustee for a union pension plan, so I've got a little bit of a bias on this. But according to a recent survey conducted by Consumer Federation of America Institute, 94% of state and government pension plans sponsors indicated that they invest in cryptocurrencies.
94.
And so do about 62% of corporate defined plans, and 48%, defined benefit plans, and 48% of corporate defined contribution plans. Now, apparently, you can even roll over your traditional IRA or your 401k into a Bitcoin IRA. In a recent analysis, the CFA, the Consumer Federation of America, warns that, quote, unique features and risks of the crypto market would make it challenging for even those with specialized expertise in crypto markets to make diligent and prudent decisions about offering these assets to retirement savers, specifically to retirement savers. As a result, employers who sponsor retirement plans are going to rely to much of their extent on professional financial advisors in deciding whether to offer crypto assets to their workers. Considering the unique challenges, and you know, we all saw FTX explode. I believe the Canadian Teachers Union lost about 95 million when that exploded, and we saw actually on the subcommittee on digital currencies, we saw that FTX, just before they crashed and burned, they were soliciting individual IRA holders and trying to get small investors to invest in their crypto. Considering the types of decisions that maybe even experts are going to have difficulty with, can you talk a little bit about the challenges that the average vulnerable investor might have?
Thank you for the question. And I think it's an important question where we're not against any specific product. I'm not against annuities. I'm not against life insurance. I have life insurance. I'm not against crypto. I think the important conversation here is when you recommend these products, are you doing so in the client's best interest, right? Are you asking the client about their risk tolerance?
Yep.
Okay, first off, she is saying the word's product. Okay, crypto's not a product. Okay, and I want to make this clear from just my understanding. When a financial planner is not the right word, retirement account, right? An advisor. Thank you, a financial advisor, but at a retirement account corporate level. Okay, so a business talking to a business to create retire accounts for their employees. Okay, that is a product. Hey, come buy this package of investments. Okay, per se, and we'll do it for you. We'll manage it, and you're going to pay us X amount, right? But crypto is not the package. Okay, the physical package. I just want to make that clear that cryptocurrencies are not a package.
Well, one thing I will say, and actually, I'm glad that you picked up on that language that she just used, because I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, but they were talking about the difference between ETFs and ETPs, which are products. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. See.
See, and so the fact that she's saying that, and by the way, guys, this lady is from the Department of Labor. She's on the panel representing the Department of Labor, and they are debating on whether they're going to be changing the fiduciary rules and the tests that they have to adhere to, which apparently this has been an ongoing battle over language.
It's been yep.
So
anyways, go ahead. Go ahead.
But I do think that it's interesting that she's using the term product. That's telling. I don't, again, guys, it's one of these things where we find out things and I just know they're relevant. I don't exactly know why, but my gut instinct tells me that it's important. And as you say all the time, yep, do epic shit. Sorry, grandkids, if you're listening. But as you say all the time, words matter, right? And
they do, and especially in this arena. Okay.
Yes.
Especially in this arena. This is not Main Street. This isn't at your work unless you work in a law firm or real estate, medical, right? Where what you're talking about, the words you use orally and written or any other type of communication, those words matter. Each word has a meaning, value, and within the context can totally change what that word means in a lawful legal sense.
Yes, and even differentiate between what they're talking about. And so in the past, I might have just glossed over that or glazed over it, breezed by it, especially because these things are boring. So you don't really pick up on the language that they're speaking, but it is important that she did use the word product. So
Yeah.
I'll have to sharpen up on what I'm referring to, that I heard where it was somebody really smart. It was probably Caitlin Long or someone like that was talking about the differences between ETF funds and products. So anyway,
Okay.
you want me to keep playing this, right?
Yeah. Keep going, because that was just something I just want to pop out and grab that. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. I'm adding it back
Sorry.
to the page. And
Time horizon. What is their financial knowledge and awareness of the product that you're recommending? And I think what you just shared with us, Congressman Lynch, about cryptocurrency and the opaqueness and newness of this new security does create some issues and can be troubling. But I think that, with my colleagues here, sharing a little bit about, there's always going to be education. There's always going to be ways that you're going to spend money to become better financial advisors. I want to address one comment that was made earlier, is that there's going to be more training needed to adhere to the Department of Labor fiduciary rule if it were to continue. But I think any training that helps your financial professionals act in the best interest of clients is a worthwhile investment. What else are you spending your money on? So I think that, your comment is really well taken in understanding that we really want to make sure that financial professionals are astute, are helping their clients, and are doing so for retirement security.
I have one more question. So a lot of asset managers are now using AI. They're using artificial intelligence to help them make investment decisions. The problem is some of the deep learning AI have problems with explainability. In other words, they'll recommend you do something, but there's no reasoning behind it. So I don't know. It creates a quandary where if my asset manager loses all my money, I would like an explanation, but I'm not sure they'd be equipped to deliver that.
That's correct. One thing I always state when working with my clients is that if I can't tell you the why and the benefit for you, I should not be recommending it.
Yeah. I yield back, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Go. Okay. So, the example that the congressman gave there, in regards to AI, which I actually was like, well, I mean, I kind of get that, but every time I've used Chat GPT, I've had to ask questions in a search bar, per se, or the field, right? So I mean, I don't know where you're going with that, but I can see where he might be trying to highlight things. Hey, we're not there yet, okay? And that's really what I kind of want to talk about today. Is the folks, we have the ETF thing going on. It's been around ever since I've been in crypto, like actively participating since 2016. There's always been the talk of the ETF. Okay. I'll circle back around to that. I mean, everybody's heard ETF. I really didn't want to go there, except I did have a client call me yesterday, and I want to bring that to everybody else's attention too, because it was very valid for the Dipito crypto show. Something that really kind of caught my attention here, though, is they're talking about fiduciary obligation, and the person in charge of the finances that has that obligation should be learning and being accountable for all these things, right? The congressman goes, well, if so and so loses my money, I want to know why. And my instant knee-jerk reaction to that, because I said it right out loud while I was watching the video, much like if it was a football game. Anybody that's into football totally knows what I'm talking about. Or any other sports, you're yelling at the TV. Or a scary movie. He's gonna kill you. Oh, he's right behind. Right, we've all done, right? So here's what happened. So he said that, and I was like, accountable? Dude, you're literally the one handing them the money. You better be accountable. You better know the moves, or more than likely the moves, that individual is going to make, because you're too dang busy to do it yourself. And that's okay. That's okay. Success comes at a cost, right? And it's called time. So sometimes, a lot of times, we don't have the time to do other things. But I just felt like there was a lack of personal accountability where in the crypto space, if you have been, if you have had any type of loss, major, small, complication, or whatever, that was a horrible thing. But I would argue it's a good thing because you won't do that again. You're going to make sure you're doing it right. And now you're actually taking your own financial health into your own hands. And yep, at first it's a little bumpy, but trust me, most of us are a fast learner when it comes to our money. Well, let's see your thoughts on that.
I agree with you. One thing I'll say is, I see a similar thing to having, having to be an accredited investor, right? Where we're too dumb as people that don't make, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to participate in these up and coming opportunities, right? So now with this crypto space, a lot more people are at the moment able to get into it, and it almost seems like, I mean, there's a couple of different things going on here. On one hand, I agree that anybody that is advising folks on buying into anything that they buy into should be educated on that space, right? And this is where we had the conversation in the past where I was saying, they're not ready yet. And when we talked about the ETF and all of the people in the background, getting ready to quote unquote sell the product, sell that to their customers. And when they do approve them, they'll all get approved at the same time. Because you can't show favoritism over one or the other, even though that's what they do, right? Anyway, but I guess I'm saying is
the hell you say.
But to do it on such a grand scale, there are folks that need to understand what they're selling and what this even is. And as you and I have talked over the years, a lot of these financial advisors, some of them, they don't even know anything about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or digital assets within, like, and I'm talking, 2 years ago, a year ago, a lot of them, they didn't even know anything about it, a lot of them. And so now they're coming on board. Their
2 years.
companies,
2
yes,
years.
yes, and so their companies are training them now, right? As all these pieces start falling into place, and so now they want to. I'm not exactly sure on the proposed rule they're wanting to redefine who is an investment advisor, fiduciary under the Employee Retirement Income Security Act. So under ERISA, which is those are the ones that overlook like the 401ks and stuff. I just know that from our company's plan. We have to have like an ERISA bond and have all these the questionnaires and stuff that when we have our 401k audits, that we have to comply with that. And so, I mean, it is a big deal if they change it. But I don't know a whole lot about this yet, but I intend on looking into it more. If anybody is listening and is interested and knows anything, and you want to share your knowledge, let us know and we'll bring you up. And join the conversation.
Also, Melissa, something that you caught and I caught the first time, and you mentioned it right here on the show, was she said security. Cryptos are not a security.
Yeah.
Ask the XRP army.
Yeah.
XRP is not a security.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Go ask the nice folks down in El Salvador. Bitcoin is not a security. It is legal tender. Try again.
Yep. Yep. So it was definitely an interesting hearing. It was 3 hours long, or a little bit under that, because they start them and come on for quite some time.
Yeah,
But it's
I put
definitely
the
something
link in the chat for the folks on the YouTube.
perfect. Yep.
Um,
I just dropped an article too. On the here
question.
we go again. DOL proposes new fiduciary rule. So I
Okay.
dropped that in the chat also. Although
Yeah, that's
it's weird. It's my chat is disappearing. I don't know why. It's weird.
I was actually just about to ask you about your chat side note. Are you able to
Oh, now I
chat
see
with those on Vita? Like,
it.
is someone that you know on Vita right now? Anybody or a familiar?
uh,
Because I
not
think everybody that I'm scoping on right here is, I assume, off mine.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Can
I've never
maybe
seen this.
not. I don't know. It's all good. But interesting thing there. This for me, this so I'm so glad you shared this, and thank you so much for sending this boring content to me today. Because I was like, oh, what is she sending me? I'm like, I better watch this. So I watched it, and I gave it a listen. Not all the way through. I'm sure there's more nuggets, more gems in there, more things to talk about. But this actually goes right into the ETF topic, which sorry if you guys are totally burned out on the topic. I am not going to go down the Securities Exchange Commission and all that hoopla. What I do want to talk about is the difference, in my opinion, between the real and the fake. Okay, and how important it is to understand some history that we have here, at least in the USA, of when people, the end user, me, you, and everybody else, when we hold or allegedly possess the fake,
Yeah.
we lose. We lose every time. If there is a air quotes crash, we lose, right?
Mhm.
And we don't have anything. We have nothing in our hands. That's called the fake. Now, the real would be like the real XRP or the real Bitcoin or I'm not going to mention a few others. Real Theta, anything like that, real Litecoin. The difference is, is why wouldn't you have the real thing that all the big dogs are literally fighting over behind the scenes in a professional way? They're not they're not blowing each other up yet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Gosh. But they are going for it, And so I had a client, and they wanted me to look into where, to get the ETF. And I was like, you know what, I should probably know that, because it won't be the first person that asks.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I know it's not any of my business, but I'm just curious, why do you want that versus versus the real thing? Like, just go get the real thing, and then you have so much power. And for a moment there, they were like, well, you can just get it like a stock. I'm like, well, you can get Bitcoin just like a stock right now. Go buy it. You got it. I'm like, a stock. I'm like, do you actually have the stock certificate? Do they even make those anymore? And, so we had this good, healthy discussion, because I was coming from the position of like, if you're going to cough up, thousands of dollars, then you might as well get the real thing. So even if it, even if it went to zero, you still got that paperweight in your hand versus nothing at all. And when you have nothing at all, you might not be able to liquidate. Phones might be off at Fidelity or something like that. And I'm not throwing any shade at Fidelity or or anything like that, right? They're a business. Things are automated these days. This is why we bring these things to the Dipito Crypto Show to say, hey, watch out for this. Go slow. Watch out for this. So, in my opinion, I think it is for the end user, any person on an individual level, okay, using funds outside of your retirement fund, right? Because those have different rules. That actually is where you might benefit, right? If you have a retirement fund and ETF goes live, cool, great. You might be able to say, hey, go get me the Bitcoin ETF in my fund, right? Go get me the XRP ETF in my fund. Oh, too soon? Go get me the the Ethereum ETF in my fund. That's great because now you might be throwing more money over there to go get more of that thing, right? But for investing on the side, as in taking money out of your wallet or whatever, and doing self investing, which I think is to a degree is a lot more wiser. You should definitely be paying money to people for their wisdom, like a
Yeah.
financial advisor. Go in there, pay them, ask them the questions. That's what you're paying them for, right? The only difference is you're gonna do all the actions. They're not. You're working 24/7 wherever you're at. They're not. So sorry, circling back around. I think it's more valuable or important to have the physical asset as opposed to just a piece of paper, unless that's the only way that you're able to acquire or be invested at some level with cryptocurrencies. Yes.
I
Haha,
want to
Cody,
welcome
Fugazi. That's right. Sorry, go ahead.
we have someone on Spaces named Sunny G. We just want
Sonny
to
G.
say, what up, Sunny G? Thanks for stopping by. So I do agree with what you're saying, and this is the thing that we're trying to get across to folks as we're entering this space, and it gets further and further down the road. Right now, you have an opportunity to own the real thing. You have an
Thank
opportunity.
you. Yep.
The catch is you have to do your own due diligence. You have to educate yourself the best that you can, ask questions, take control of your finances yourself when it comes to say Bitcoin. You can wait, sure. You can wait and to just have your money put into a fund, but just know that because you're contributing into that fund doesn't mean that you own Bitcoin. It means you have an interest in it, right? I mean, somebody correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that if you want to cash out of that fund, they're going to give you cash. They're not going to give you Bitcoin or
Yeah.
XRP or whatever. So right now, while you're able to get it yourself, it's very interesting how certain things are far down the road. I'm curious how this whole Bitcoin thing is going to go. Like I use the Fold card, for example, and I've been, I earn Bitcoin from
Mhm.
using my Fold card, just like a cash back, like you do other places. Well, they're approved. There's several places that do this. They're approved, and I'm earning Bitcoin. So once it turns, I don't know what it's going to mean for things like that. Once these ETFs really take off, and I mean the good thing about the spot ones, my understanding is that they have to have it.
Yeah, they have
You
to
know,
hold it.
they have to hold it for the spot. So there's a difference between just a regular one and then a spot ETF, right? Because that means they actually have the physical asset, but that doesn't mean that you have it. That's the
No,
thing.
and they're pulling a Fugazi, like Cody's talking about.
Gazy.
No,
Elaborate.
Fugazi.
I don't know
It's
what
fairy dust. Yeah, it's Fugazi. How many Wolf on Wall Street? I love that. Fugazi. Actually, it's fairy dust. So they hold the real asset. Then they rehypothecate for everybody. Because let's be real.
Yeah.
There's only 21 million whole Bitcoins, and I do say whole Bitcoins, that will ever be minted. Right? There's less than 1.5 million that have yet to be minted. Well, I mean less than 1.5 million. More than a million. Got a little bit of a time. Happenings coming up April, right? But
Gotta get in.
you're literally buying the Fugazi, and that's okay because Manny, what's up, brother? He says, hope we can get that for the 403B, right? So again, if you have your money in some special type of retirement account, like this is looking really good for you. And also, I do want to highlight something that Alan from the Staple Crew mentioned in his live on, or no, not his live, Well, he probably did. I didn't catch it all. We had to bounce. But in his video that dropped today, that he talked,
Really
or was
good
it today?
point. I think that
Yeah, I did a clip. I did a clip. Yeah, I did a clip. Yeah. And he's talking about or was yesterday. It doesn't matter. He dropped the video. Go check it out. Staple Crew at YouTube. He talks about this is going to bring a bunch of liquidity from the top down. He's not wrong. It is. This is an exciting time, a very, very exciting time. And but Melissa, you bring up a good point that you just mentioned a little bit ago about you could wait. Okay, let's think about that just for a minute. If you have to wait, then you have to wait. But in my humble opinion, if we were out and about on public street or wherever, I'm like, please, for the love of God, don't let me be the guy later in your future that you're like, dang, he told me so. God, that's Simon Says Crypto. What?
Can't
He's
even look
a
Simon in the
squirrel. Yeah, I can't even watch his videos anymore. It makes me nauseous. You know, if you have an opportunity to get a small piece of the real deal,
And you
then
know
by
what?
all means,
I want to say
get
this
it.
too. Don't
Yeah,
let your
then
mate
get
be
it.
the one carrying your load. Start looking into it for yourself.
Yeah,
There's a lot
yeah.
of people that they have folks like you and I in their life, and they listen to me and they like, oh, you're doing good. Okay. Yeah. But they aren't in it. They don't got skin in the game on their self, you know. And I'm like,
Yeah.
listen here. And you know what? $5 a week, or forego a coffee, forego whatever. We can throw away $5, $10, $20 easily on stupid things.
The
And
government does all day.
yeah, well, but
Oops,
I
sorry.
mean, if you look at, like, if you start teaching yourself, whether it's, I'm a firm believer in XRP. I love XRP. I say buy it while you can. I mean, XRP Army, love you guys. But XRP, the financial future, there's no doubt in my mind that XRP is going to be around. Not financial advice, guys. We do not give financial advice here. But we're
I
just
give
talking.
strong crypto suggestions.
I'm just talking about my own personal opinion and what
Yep.
what I think. And I'm just saying, in my opinion, XRP is going nowhere but up. And in terms of being a part of the financial structure in the future, it already is. And so is Bitcoin, and so are some of these other things. If you start really doing your research and understanding what's happening, to put $5 or $10 away, squirrel it away while you're having a little bit of fun, you're teaching yourself something, and forget about it, right?
Forget about it.
Forget about
it.
10,
Forget
15
about
years
it.
down the road, when this all comes out, that $5 or $10 could be worth a lot more money than $5 or $10, right? And you have the real asset. You have the real thing. Not these funds that they want to trick you in to put your money. Tell your joke that you said about the cartoon that you saw with was it Stan, or went to put his dad took him to put his money in the bank.
You were telling me about that.
No, I thought you did. You said
No, that was Mr. Man on the Brink. Beyond the Brink, Mr. Man talks about the South Park episode where Stan walks into I believe it's an investment company or something like that, or the bank to go invest, right? And he hands over the money, and the banker goes, "Okay, and it's gone." And Stan's like, "What? What happened to my money? It's gone. Yeah, sorry, it's gone. Yeah, it's okay, it's gone."
Yeah.
I should find that. I should. South Park. Yes, I know. Cody, what's good?
Cody says
XRP 160 is a freaking gift. Absolutely. You're not lying, Cody. Not lying. Straight up. That
Merry
is a gift.
Christmas, happy birthday, happy Hanukkah, happy whatever, Labor Day.
I know. Happy all the days.
Fine.
365.
Exactly.
I would like to piggyback on your dollar cost averaging $5, $10 every week, every paycheck, whatever. Okay. So if you were able to do $10 for just for a year, Okay, not for the whole year. Okay, I mean, unless that's all you got, by all means, do it. I'm not here to judge at all. But for this mathematical equation I'm trying to throw down here, you do $10 a week. So allegedly there's 52 weeks. So that would be $520. Okay, so now you have $520, or you've invested $520, and that equals X amount of Satoshis, fractions of a Bitcoin, by the way. But here's the thing: not only do you have the you got the real thing, baby. I mean, I don't know what cut that is. I wish I had a soundboard right there to play that. um, but you have something that these that people like was it ARK Investments, Kathy Wood,
Yeah.
Grayscale,
Mhm.
late to the party as always, BlackRock. You know, they're going for this asset. You're now sitting at the table that they sit at.
Mhm.
You really are. You have the thing that they need to keep their thing going. At some point, you will probably be able to, I would say, at a minimum, going together with a pool, and then those institutions are going to need that Bitcoin, and they're going to have to lease it from you.
XRP said not a bad falsetto, bruh. I want to welcome
Yeah.
Basic Train. I think that's what it says. Basic Trait. I can't read it, but we got another listener in X Spaces, and
All
we
right,
just
Spaces. What's
thank
good,
you for
everybody over
stopping
there
by.
in the space
We
land?
know we got a lot of competition on the
I'm a
spaces,
slave to
so
the
we
greatest
just keep
disruption coming out
plugging
of the
away.
financial system. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, you want to? I'm a
Yeah.
slave to the greatest
Yeah,
disruption.
yeah, XRP slave. I'm a slave to the greatest disruption coming to our financial system.
I love
Absolutely.
the
Feel the change.
Huh? We're gonna,
Feel the
yeah,
change.
we need to start making marketing some clothes. Yeah, like
Swag. I'm
clothes.
down for swag.
We'll get some
I'll do.
swag,
Go
swaggy.
get yourself a Enjoy Crypto hat from Busted Tees. They're awesome. Not a sponsor. Just saying,
No.
if you want some cool crypto stuff, they have some stuff over there.
Hmm.
Yes, get the real thing. Get that song so stuck in my head right now. Get the real thing, because it puts you in the same position that they are at some level. Okay. Yeah, you don't have all the licenses that they do, you don't have all the connections, but you have the physical asset that they do. And I'm telling you, in a global market, that literally gives you clout.
Well,
That is your bargaining chip.
do you really think that all these games would be being played like they are if these assets are not going to be something important for our future, right? I mean, common sense tells me this is all unfolding the way that it is because it has to unfold this way.
Yeah, this is all part of the process.
SEC suing Ripple and calling SRP a security. You've got Larry Fink on one side of his mouth for years saying Bitcoin's a scam and he doesn't understand it. You know, the guy that created Aladdin software knows damn well what Bitcoin is. He always has known what it is. Now all of a sudden, and then the next time he's telling people, that they should be investing a significant amount of their portfolio in Bitcoin. And you have all these people, these companies fighting to be able to create these ETFs. You have Fidelity that's been selling, offering them for several years now, as part of I think the IRAs and that we're mining it. There's so many things to indicate, if you just do a little bit of digging, that it's not just silly Melissa and Simon Says, do what I say, crypto, telling you to buy these things. We're not even telling. I don't even really want to say like buy something, but I was going to say research this stuff, educate yourselves. I would not be spending my time, which is my most valuable asset. I would not be spending my time in making an effort, even though this is fun and I love Simon and I love my co-host from Beyond the Brink, Christy. you know, and I love all of my friends. I would not be spending my time doing this if I didn't really believe that we're this is such a huge monumental thing that's happening, and you as just an average Joe, this is your opportunity to participate, but you are going to have to work. We can't give you our oil. You have to put in the work for yourself. And when you do that and you make your own decisions, you don't blame anybody else. So it goes back to this hearing that we heard earlier. Yes, they got to be responsible, and they have to understand, you know, what they're advising people on and all of that. Okay. Well, remove yourself from that. Take some responsibility for yourself and get yourself out there, start learning, and dip a toe. Just dip a
Dip
little.
both toes. Dip both toes.
Dip your ankles deep.
Ankle deep, baby. Ankle deep.
Crypto Orion, I think is if I can see it. So we have another person here. Want to welcome you to the Dip a Toe Let's Talk Crypto show. They're on Spaces. We appreciate you stopping by. And we have looks like we have 12 collectives watching across all of our platforms. We are streaming on the new Dip a Toe YouTube, also on Vita Broadcast, also on Simon's channel at Simon Says Crypto, and on Facebook Live and X Spaces, because Melissa figured out how to do all that. But we would ask you if you would please hit the like button, because we're trying to grow. We're evolving every day, every week. We're getting stronger and stronger. And if you wouldn't mind to please hit that like and subscribe and share it and that sort of thing, it would really help us out, and it wouldn't cost you nothing. It doesn't even cost you a penny to do it. So
nothing.
But I love wearing it around Bitcoin holders that don't like XRP.
XRP slave has a swag. Go 2 comments. Go above 2 more above that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an XRP coin. What does that say? Toke? I don't know how to read that.
Toke and a necklace from 24 Hours Crypto.
Oh, I bought something from 24 Hours Crypto. He's an individual, a unique individual that I like his personality. And do you remember when he was cooking, when he was doing his videos and he was cooking? I thought that was really cool. But I actually bought his like little sheet or something of what he thought the prices were going to be around, and that was like a couple of years ago. But anyway, I listen to a lot of different people. We got David Wilbo in here. Welcome, David.
What's good?
Dip a Toe Crypto.
Speaking of sharing, just real quick, I know some of you seasoned cryptopians out there on the YouTubes and the X Spaces and the Facebook. You guys got people that you like to watch depending on market conditions or things that are taking place. And I thought I would just share a few of mine that I that I'm leaning on lately. And so I'm just going to share my screen. Let's do the entire window.
Want to welcome Realty World Lake Tahoe, Brandy Jordan Griffith. Welcome to Dip a Toe.
Whoa, what's up? What is up? Okay, here's one of the channels I follow. Crypto Crew University. His name's Steve. He's for all you XRPers out there. It's okay. He talks about Bitcoin and Bitcoin specifically, because usually Bitcoin is the front runner for the market. So if you're looking at where we are, big picture in the markets, the crypto market, go watch Steve. He has a very interesting, level-headed perspective. I also jump in here to the Stable Crew on Sundays just to give them a little listen to. Alan and B-Man over there, much love from me to you guys. You guys really bring another level of clarity to the space. And they don't talk about just cryptos over there. They really talk about cryptos and how it is, like you say, Melissa, being married into this financial system. And if y'all watched the Beyond the Brink on Sunday, this gentleman,
Mr. Man.
Mr. Man, yeah, Mr. Man. Let me tell you something. He only and I say this only, right? He only has 100 and or excuse me, 1,800 subscribers, 800 videos on the reel. He should be competing with the Staple Crew. That he should be up into the thousands, because this guy knows his stuff, understands structures. Like, in fact, oh man, are we still?
We
Yeah,
are.
yeah. Okay, yeah, cool.
We get it down.
So
That's it. He's down.
okay, cool. So the 17th, so next Wednesday, we're gonna have Mr. Man on, and I actually would love to go over this video that we shared with everybody again, kind of get his take on it. Just a quick snippet of it, kind of a reaction type thing. But Mr. Man is a wealth of information and understanding. So check out
I just want to
Man.
say, Mr. Man, also the video that we did, the interview, it was 2 hours. We did 2 hours. Simon was my co-host on Beyond the Brink. Christy was not able to be there on Sunday, and Mr. Man talked about his history, his experience, and so if you're interested in understanding who Mr. Man is, that'd be a great interview for you to watch, and even just kind of get yourself up on who he is for next week's show, and you won't be disappointed. He's a super nice man.
How do I find the X? Cody has a question there. Cody wants to know, how do I find the X Spaces stream?
I have it posted on my my profile. Let me see if I can drop it in the link for you.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see here.
Perfect.
Oh, actually, I can just copy it.
Yeah, Mr. Man. Yeah, this is that whole 3-hour video of the financial committee. Man, Mr. Man would be eating that up.
Yeah, let us know if you can open that. But the link is posted either on mine. Well, it's on all of our X Spaces or X accounts. On my More You Know Crypto, it's on Vita Broadcast, and Simon also posted the link on his Twitter or X.
Yes,
X Twitter.
X Twitter. You're my X Twitter.
I just retweeted it too, so in case somebody can't find it, it'll be on there. But what else we got, Simon?
That's it. As far as the fact or real or fake, go for the real. Unless you have to do the fake. I mean, if you have to do the fake, do the fake. I'm no judgment here. I just want to make that abundantly clear that it's. I mean, ask any person that that might have real gold or real silver, right? That they store. Say, hey, do you like having the real thing or a piece of paper that gets slammed down all the time?
I like McDonald's because it's the real thing. Me and Ryan.
Oh my God, McDonald's! Did you just say McDonald's?
Don't you know that commercial where they're like, what do you want me to make you breakfast or whatever? And the person's like, I want the real thing, and it's like McDonald's.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
It ain't the real what? I don't know. What's the real?
Man.
What is the quote unquote thing?
Yeah, maybe that's an acronym for some type of chemicals they use in their food or something like that. Thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I will say this one more thing about
go ahead.
About going. So, and some people disagree with me. I just feel like, at least, even though I'm not really super for the ETF type thing because it's fake or whatever, I do feel like the fact that for the spot and they have to have it is
that's good. That's good.
It is backing it. It's supposed to be 1 for 1, right? And so maybe with lab grown meat, there is the real thing. No, sorry, I got distracted from the chat. But I'm saying because we think there's so many things that are propped up our dollar that's really fake. After going off the gold standard and then everything
Mhm.
is based off of loaning money. It's fake money. This is at least with our retirement, getting into these types of funds that is
Yes.
Bitcoin and having them
Yeah.
be required to have 1-for-1 does make me feel like at least it's an attempt to protect those assets that are sitting there, the people's money, their life's blood. I'm actually surprised, to be honest with you, when I heard the guy say, what did he say, 98% or 92%?
94.
94, 68, and 42 of different various things. Investing that much money into these funds,
Yes.
or into the Bitcoin, that was pretty surprising to me, that it was that high actually.
Oh, hot off the presses.
Oh, what?
Grab the XRP slave, hot off the presses.
The
XRP
exchange.
slave, the exchange I'm on sent me a notification that the ETF has been approved 18 minutes ago. Can you share the exchange by chance, slave? I mean,
I will
whatever, do
say
whatever you're
this.
comfortable with. I don't want you to. Go ahead.
I will say
Melissa,
I
sorry.
will say this. I've seen I saw Brad Garlinghouse posted something. I was looking this afternoon on what was it? It was a governmental website, and I looked it up. I was trying to cross-reference some screenshot that somebody posted regarding
Mhm.
whether or not that it was actually approved. And from what I looked at, it looked like it was. And then I started trying to look up the other ones, and some of them were in various stages still, but it's sounding more like they are actually, like, it's happening. So, and then the other thing is the whole thing about the fees, them debate, like, lowering their fees. So that could be a win for people also. When it comes down to it, the more places that offer these types of things and that competition could
Yep.
actually be a win for folks like you and myself.
Okay, so I have I do have an update. I would share my screen, but I'm not going to because I can't totally secure the information on my screen. So sorry, don't want somebody hacking me or sending me nasty emails or something like that. So this is from Swan, the exchange called Swan. Spot Bitcoin ETF approved. Hi there. The wait is over. Spot Bitcoin ETF has been approved for real this time.
For
I
real,
might
real.
save this email for reals. This is the real. This is the real. Marking a historic milestone in decades in the making. What you need to know: Spot Bitcoin ETF will begin trading on Thursday. So that will be tomorrow, which means I'll probably stay up late. I'm sure I'll get a few calls here after the show. Alex Thorne, head of firm-wide research at Galaxy Digital, anticipates that the inflows into the spot Bitcoin ETF will exceed $14 billion in the following year. Now, I'm gonna step in here on that. Now, I know $14 billion sounds like a lot, but I'm pretty sure the last bull run that we had, which was at springtime, at peak springtime 2021, there was $1.5 trillion in the whole market. 1.5 trillion. Okay,
Wow.
so $14 billion does sound like a chunk of change, and don't get me wrong, it is. However, if you took our whole market price right now plus $14 billion, you're kind of a wave maker, but I highly doubt that you're actually going to be buying that on the retail. These guys, the $14 billion guys, they'll probably go to miners. They'll probably do some OTC deals. It won't, more than likely, it won't be at the Main Street level because they don't do that. These big dogs, there's only one God, in my opinion.
A big boy.
Yeah, the big boys, the big whiny cranky boys.
Huh?
Diamond. Anyways, they backdoor deals, no pun intended.
Yeah.
They're private deals, no pun intended. God dang. So mature I am sometimes. But anyways, yeah, $14 billion over the following year. That's still quite a commitment.
Still pretty darn
The,
good.
Yes, it is. The spot Bitcoin ETF involved middlemen and change ongoing fees. As always, we recommend buying Bitcoin directly. Okay, let me hold on. I got to scratch my throat. Hold on. As always, we recommend buying Bitcoin directly and withdrawing to self-custody. I say it again. You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Dipito Crypto Show. As always, we recommend, Swan Bitcoin does, buying Bitcoin directly and withdrawing it to self-custody. See? Now, there's a group of young fellas and ladies that I could get with. What a classy group. All right, anyways, there we go.
No, that's
what a classy group.
We should make a commercial. I like it.
I always like that when they did black and whites in the movie. So there we go. Slave, thank you. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. The arena, the Lakers playing. Oh, right on. I sent the name 2X and it hasn't showed in the chat yet. Oh, interesting.
What's that about?
Sent the name XRP Slave sent the name of the exchange in the chat, but it hasn't showed.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. The crypto professor saying I saw dozens and dozens of pension funds liquidating millions and millions of stock yesterday.
Where's that money go? Yeah.
Somebody's pocket.
That's what I was saying the other day is all of this
Thanks,
stuff,
Professor.
This financial stuff has to be handled very delicately. And I know I'm a dreamer.
I'm a dreamer.
I'm a dreamer. But I do think that whatever is happening, whether you pay attention or give attention to the debt clock, whether you followed any of the other conspiracy theories, whether you followed political craziness that's happening, YouTubers that talk about the different crypto currencies and projects and things like that. And we're going to touch here in this next hour. We're 10 minutes into the second hour.
That's all right.
But for the follow the money transformation map, I lost my train of thought. Darn it.
You were talking about the debt clock.
Yeah, well, I'm saying whether you're following any of that stuff or not, this is happening, and in my opinion, I think a lot of the bad guys are getting taken out in a roundabout way. We might not see them all going being taken away in handcuffs, but there's an awful lot of retirements. There's an awful lot of people saying night. There's an awful lot of people that have disappeared from the mainstream. I'm seeing narratives being changed within the news and things that I see being talked about, and I have hope for humanity that we're heading in the right direction, and I think that if we all collectively believe this and we spend our collective energies towards looking at life in a positive way, we can make it so. And especially those of us that are buying this stuff early, who knows what's going to happen for us financially. But man, how awesome will it be to have a bunch of people, like all these wonderful people here watching this space right now, have money and actually be able to do something, right? We're using our voices. I have a friend who, got in politics a little bit around the Bitcoin mining space, and she went and she lobbied made headway there, with the Texas Blockchain Council. So these are just ordinary people. There's a lot of ordinary, regular folks that are making a difference. And I'm
Absolutely.
on a soapbox, and I apologize, but I just really
It's
want.
okay. It gave me time to kind of. There's a
Can
few
you
comments.
feel me? Can you feel me?
Yeah, we feel you. We
Feel
totally feel you. Things are changing whether we see it or not. The
Yeah.
big change is right behind you. Boom. Amanda,
Oh,
she has a question there.
Amanda,
14 billion into BTC should raise the market cap of BTC more than 14 billion. If they went all in at once, yes, because let me see if I could try to. I'd have to log into an account. Yes, it would, because on a buy and sell order books on an exchange, there's the buys and there's the sells, right? And I want you to think of any theme park ride where you had to wait in line. Any roller coaster ride is a great example. Okay, and everybody goes into their perspective lines when they get closer to the roller coaster, right? So that way you get in whatever seat you want to be in. Okay, so I want you to visualize that. But let's say the front seat is the current price of Bitcoin of $46,594. Okay. And there's two orders there, just two. That doesn't mean it's two whole Bitcoins. It could just be, 50,000 Satoshis. Technically, that's Bitcoin. And let's say the seat behind them, let's say it's 48,000, a collective, two orders, but a collective of half a Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. Okay. So your $14 billion could raise the spot price. However, the amount of Bitcoin acquired, if they did it all at once right now in a market buy on the retail street, the amount of Bitcoin acquired would be far less than if they played the game of putting that into the over the counter market. And there's a real difference there. When we go to an exchange, Swan Bitcoin's kind of an over the counter because you just buy spot there, right, Melissa? You just buy spot over. You don't get to put in an order there.
I don't know. All I do is have it automatic. I just automatically buy it.
You just automatically do. Okay. Okay. All right.
Money buys
so like
Bitcoin. I don't really know, to be honest with you.
On Coinbase, you can just do the buy it now. Technically, that's a market buy. Or if you go over to their pro side, you can put in, I'm willing to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin at $35,000. It could happen soon. Just saying. And so that's the difference between a market and a limit. A limit, you set in the limit of how much one person is willing to pay, and etc. Okay, that's still done at the retail market, the storefront, the Coinbase, the Binance US, the Qcoin, which is no longer available in the US, Kraken Pro. Still, those are places that's at the retail level. These other institutions do not buy retail. They will go to an over-the-counter broker. An example of this would be like Caleb and Brown. Touche. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, you owe me a soda.
Ah.
Okay. Oh, wait. Jinx. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you owe me soda. All right. So Caleb and Brown would be an example of a broker to where you could say still put in a limit order with them, but that doesn't mean it's really going to change the retail spot price, because another seller could be like, I need to sell this Bitcoin today, and it looks like Simon's closest.
It's like you selling it to me, right?
Yeah, it's a private deal, right? I'm like, hey, like if you went to a pawn shop.
I think I had my eureka moment on our second or third dip a toe, where it actually sunk in, where I was like, oh,
yeah,
I know
it's like it's over the counter is a private deal. Basically, it's bringing two parties together on an agreed price, basically, in a nutshell. So, Amanda, so yes, it could, but also depending on the strategy of how they're going to spend the $14 billion, it may not. It may not do that. And also with this ETF going live, depending on how these individuals, these institutions play this, because they play their games, they move markets, they know how to move markets, they know how to drop markets, they know how to prop markets up. They know this. We don't, right? We don't pretend to. When these waves jump out of the water and make big splashes, pick up the real thing on the wave down. So Bank of America is way off. Bank of America's multiplier for Bitcoin BTC of whoa, where the market cap of BTC tends to increase by 118 every $1. Huh.
Hmm.
That could be again at the retail though, right? Remember, I'm saying if that $14 billion went into the retail market, that could very well be relatively accurate, but that still seems off. $118 for every $1 invested, maybe all at the same time. Hey Amanda, would you mind showing a little love with the information? Put that in the chat if you feel comfortable in doing that. If it's any of your personal information, please don't. Please don't. But if you could maybe cite that, I'd love to give that a look, because I like math when it works in my favor.
I posted the link to Caleb and Brown. Do you happen to know what the minimum is there? It used to be $2,000 cash, but I think they've lowered it the last I heard, but now I haven't heard in a while. And then it was even like these were my XRP friends that were saying, I think it was like 500 XRP or something that you could open up with XRP.
If you deposit 500 XRP,
yes,
that's $250.
So I know.
Or, sorry, 300.
Don't hold me to it, guys. But I, if you don't have a Caleb and Brown account, maybe look into seeing what it's all about. Because this is what Simon was talking about in terms of, when you're buying something over the counter, or selling it over the counter, it doesn't affect the retail price.
XRP slave, I got your ants. I picked up what you're putting down. XRP slave said they received the email from crypto.com. So if you have an account over at crypto.com, then you would have received an email. I can't check right now because my phone is in a closet, so I don't get feedback, and that's okay. But they're all out there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, how this all really plays out. But man, I like the real thing, and not that stuff from Mickey D's we were talking about earlier.
I know Mickey D.
Crypto AI. That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Do we have anything else in the chat that needs to be addressed?
I'm looking. I don't see anything.
Crypto AI. Fortune had an article out saying 11 more approved. BlackRock will offer 0.12%, I believe, for the first $5 or $5 billion, and then we'll go up to 0.25. So, wow.
So that's their fee?
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Well, and we'll see what ends up happening as more of them get approved. Competition is good for the public, I think. That's how, you think about, that's why they try to trick us, right? Because we supposedly here in the United States, and I'm sure other countries have all of these rules and regulations where, you can't corner the market on this or that. There's limitations on how big something can get when they're going through and acquiring businesses and companies and banks and all these types of things. And they do it in a really sneaky way to make you think that they're different, than that they're separate and they're actually competing with one another. But it's actually much like politics with left versus right, Democrat versus Republican, when they're all just kind of playing on the same team, and we're the opponents. So, and I mean, right?
Yeah.
The more you look into all of this stuff, the more you realize it's just like one big shit show. We got Mr. Man. Hey, Mr. Man is in Twitter or X
Whoa,
Spaces.
what's good, Mr. Man? How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'll see if he wants to join.
So
Yeah.
I'm wondering, the CTF, this is just America first, right?
I think.
Because
don't
there's no
know.
Bitcoin ETF anywhere else globally that I'm aware of, right? Anybody else? By all means, jump in on if you got some knowledge on that.
Yeah.
I don't think there is, but who am I to say? I'm just a fellow cryptopian doing a Dipito crypto show.
Welcome Web3, I think that's the name. So we had a couple more join in Twitter Spaces.
Perfect. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful news to hear that the Bitcoin ETF was approved. Now we watch the liquidity and all that. That'll be interesting. I want to know how this is going to. Well, now, so check this out. So I remember, who are we talking with? God, we were talking with somebody. I can't remember. But the retirement account managers, okay, like if I called up my company that manages the 401k and the pensions, right?
Yeah.
Those companies, Standard, by the way, I think the Standard is one of them. Okay. So they have to have a group huddle and see if they want to buy the Bitcoin ETF from these entities and offer that product, because an ETF is a product, right? Offer that product to their clients and vice versa. So I don't see that becoming available to your local 401k. Like soon, like tomorrow, like
Right.
no way.
Oh, yeah.
But Fidelity but Fidelity and other places, absolutely, you'll be able to go and get that probably privately or individually, right?
I wanted to. Mr. Man
Go
is
ahead, talk to me.
a speaker now. Well, I was
All right.
gonna say, people that have your 401ks and stuff. There's folks that make the elections. There's a deadline that they have to choose the investments that you can participate in, and then from there, then when your plan year rolls over into the next plan year, then you can elect it. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight for folks like that.
Nope.
But hey, Mr. Man, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Doing wonderful, my dude. So I assume you got the news. That's why you're up so late.
I've been following this all day.
I know you have.
I was supposed to be working, but I didn't do much of that at all. My attention wasn't with what I'm supposed to be doing. I was too focused on today itself being the 10th and all the ETF noise coming out.
Right.
What's your perspective on this whole thing?
I think this is a good on-ramp for sure to get people into crypto, but it's gonna be a slow, drawn-out thing, I think, as well, because people still don't necessarily trust crypto and Bitcoin, essentially, because I mean, if they want to learn, they could have learned from before. But now that the bank offers it, they still have to learn, and there has to be education to onboard people into Bitcoin ETFs.
Right.
I 100% agree with that. As far as the process and the onboarding, it's not going to be an overnight type of thing or a light switch moment.
No. So now we can expect like even more commercials to come out. We've seen the Van X commercials. We've seen, I don't even remember what the other one was. It was that guy from Dos Equis. But the commercials are coming out slowly. But once you see them on the regular, get ready. That's when I think we should be getting ready, you know?
Oh, valid. Any of my clients that are listening right now, that was a huge nugget from Mr. Man. If you were paying attention, I'm like writing that down right now. Watch for more commercials.
I want to say thanks, Mr. Man. It looks like you brought some friends with you. Welcome. We got Mr. Nobody and XR Moon and Henfly and Peter and D and David Wilbin still here. Web3 Tosh is in here, and Chris Mars is all I can see. But welcome to our spaces slash YouTube stream, Facebook stream.
Slash
hitting
platform
it
stream,
all,
yeah, on
but
Dibito Crypto Show.
if anybody has has anything they'd like to contribute, just let us know. We appreciate you guys very much, more than you know. So
Now, on a comment here over in the YouTube chat, the crypto professor says, "Now we watch if it was a buy the rumor, sell the news or not." I think that's that's interesting. Also, XRP slave, will there ever be any ice cream in the dip? There could be.
we want some chocolate and some caramel on our ice cream.
Right. Don't break your hip and to buy the dip. And then yeah, watch for the Super Bowl ads. Actually, that would probably be a big probably the earliest thing where we could see some mass level of marketing would be at the Super Bowl. Talk to me, Melissa.
Well,
What's good?
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna poo poo on the. So
Are you gonna poo poo?
I was
Don't
gonna
you
poo-poo
don't
on
you
the-
poo poo the only American sport that matters?
So I just it's all fixed. It's all rigged, guys. Sorry, men, but
Oh dang! Wow.
I know you're gonna stop listening to the show now because I said the truth. But the last time when there was a big hoopla on the Super Bowl and what was it, crypto.com and around gosh, what it was FTX and what's his name was doing a commercial. The I don't know, the guy that was real popular. You can tell I don't know a lot about football. The guy that was like super popular football guy, and they thought he was going to retire. And then he had Giselle as his wife. That's all I know. Giselle. My son's gonna kill me.
Smiley face.
Anyway, I'm saying
Tom Brady. Thank you,
Tom
Cody.
Brady. Thank you, Cody. I appreciate.
I was just trying to give you a chance. I was like, come on, smiley face.
The last time there was the big hoopla over it, it was a big fat setup for FTX and all that debacle, right? You had everybody. I got excited because some people were seeing it on and they started getting into the crypto, and I feel it was kind of like a trap. Even people that had been listening to me for the past couple of years, but had not say it ain't so, Melissa. But people that had listened to me about crypto for the past couple of years that didn't do anything whatsoever, because they saw it on the Super Bowl and the commercials on the Super Bowl, guess what they did? They downloaded the app, right? And like some of them actually like bought some Dogecoin or Shiba Inu or whatever. They dipped the toe into nonsense stuff initially. All right.
Yeah.
I apologize if anyone's.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. But anyway,
dang, feedback.
I just say that is just I don't know how much. I mean, what is your perspective on that? Am I just
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. Okay.
Ooh. Get some weird feedback. I keep hearing my echo again. Anybody else hearing that? Give me a thumbs down if you're hearing that. Echo. Nope, you're good now.
I don't hear.
Okay. No thumbs down. Awesome. So my thoughts on that is you're right. You know, there was a lot of hype during that time, and then things fell apart. Now crypto.com, they're still alive and kicking. And honestly, they have been flying underneath the radar, even though they got their name on a stadium.
True
right?
Story.
And that's where you want to be. So there was a little echo before. Now it's good. Thank you, Crypto AI. Appreciate you. So yes, it's the buy the rumor, sell the news, as they say, right? If all the hype's coming out like there has been for this ETF, right? I'm literally watching the market right now. I'm seeing no movement. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. There could be a pump right before a dump. Not saying there will be a dump. I'm just saying usually they pump it before they dump it, and usually they dump it before they pump it. Same as the first in reverse. That's just the yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, yeah, Cody, price didn't go up that much after the Super Bowl, though. That was 2022, I believe, which was the start of the bear market. Exactly. So, if you go to Crypto Crew University, he's one individual that he literally says, I don't care what the news is, I don't care what's going on. Things take time, and this is the Bitcoin cycle. And he's not wrong based on the charts on that. That's just my opinion. But he just talks about the evidence in the charts, and I think that's level-headed to see where we're going. Like Mr. Mann's future map that he presented to us
Yeah.
awesomely, I might add, on
Actually,
the Beyond
I
the
wanna
Brink
present
show.
you that. Yeah.
On the Beyond the Brink, he has events that are taking place, and these aren't like secret hidden events. These are out in public, big government events that are taking place. Like, he's got a map. Go check it out. But yeah, I think it's more hype, just more hype through the I'm going to say hype just as a media chain, through the media. It's a lot of noise, as Mr. Mann said. It's a lot of noise, right? So get recentered, watch the markets if you're waiting to buy, but if you're dollar cost averaging, just get in. Just get in. But in regards to like price manipulation, we all know it happens. We all know it happens. The big dogs know things happens way before us people do on the street, and that's with any market. I don't care what market it is. The people at the top shelf in those industries know when stuff's going to roll.
Yeah. I'm
Give or
curious,
take a day or two.
what's your perspective, Mr. Mann? Is he in here? Maybe he's not.
Sorry, I missed that. I was scrolling to find the roadmap to pin it in the top there.
Oh, thank you so much. What's your perspective on the possibility of having, ads during the Super Bowl and whatnot, contributing to some potential hype in the crypto market?
Yeah. Interesting. I totally foresee something along those lines, especially because February 11th is a key date. There's also a full moon that date of the Super Bowl.
Come on, yeah.
I definitely foresee some kind of rituals or something taking place, whether it happens on that date or around that date. I don't know what it is or what it looks like, but something. I don't know what it is.
Mr. Mann, we're going to meet, and I swear to the good Lord above, I'm giving you a big old fat hug. You are talking my language, brother. You're talking my language.
Hey, I do have a question. If anybody in here is anybody going to XRP Las Vegas in May? Is anyone
working on it? This guy.
I actually think I'm going this time.
Perfect.
I'm like, I'm so close. And I'm excited. I was so bummed out last time that I didn't get to go. And Alan Staple from the Staple Crew said we have to go. So says he
we do have to go.
That we must go.
Yes.
And Christy too. So yeah, I would love to see you guys if anybody can make it out there for that.
So my plan for that, I'd just like to share on that real quick, and then I would like to touch on a few questions and comments in the chat though. But so the XRP Las Vegas event is May 3rd and 4th, so that's a Friday, Saturday. So I'm trying to personally be down there like Thursday morning, kind of kick it, and then I'll be leaving probably Sunday afternoon, evening-ish, probably more like evening-ish, because I know what happens at these crypto conventions and events. We literally we don't sleep, and what a better spot to not sleep in than Las Vegas, right?
So fun.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah, be good. There's a question from Lisa A. Lisa A. There it is. Thank you. I am not understanding why a person would want to buy an ETF. Okay, perfect. I have a couple of answers. One is actually from a client who actually they talked to me yesterday. We had a quick I say quick conversation. I'm talking about 20 to 25 minutes conversation. And they wanted to, one, because they're used to that. They're used to buying stocks. They're used to electronically traded funds. They know what that means, at least, and they're comfortable with it. Okay. Um, Another reason would be if you have a 401k, pension plan, any type of retirement plan that has very stringent rules and governance on that, that says you can only deal within, you can only invest in these certain sections, right? And one of those is electronic or ETFs, right? So that would be a reason why someone would want to. Also, real talk, don't want to self custody, right? Like if imagine this for just a moment. If we all had to, well, for most of us people, it probably wouldn't be that hard. But if let's say we had, we didn't have bank accounts, we had to literally like hide our money at home. Like right now, let's say banks went down and we had to take our money and we had to stash it somewhere. Where are you going to stick it? Right? You're not trained up on that. You don't have the education of where you should stick your money. Does money grow mold because it's paper? So don't stick it in your wall. Maybe put it in not only a fireproof safe, but up off the floor. So in case there's a flood or water damage or, things like this, like people just aren't educated enough to self custody, and I do understand that it is very much the wild west out there in the crypto space. However, I think there is a much more stronger and empowering value to oneself if you learn how to self custody, even if it costs you if it costs you half of your current everything you have right now. I'm telling you, it'll be, in my opinion, to be worth it later because of how empowering that would be. So that may be a few reasons of why they would want to. Some of it's out of necessity. Some of it's out of a fear space. And by the way, it kind of is one and one and the same in the fear space. Someone hearing about Bitcoin, but they don't know how to get it. Things are too tight. They're already stressed with everything financial in their lives. We're all there now. Some of us listening to this right now, some of us just got out of some financial woes, and we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. But yet we know we're not to the promised land yet, to where we're able to invest in these types of things. Right? We're still trying to clear the debt off our plate so we can retain that liquidity in our lives, so we can participate in beautiful things like that. So some people might not be wanting to do that, but if they're able to use their retirement fund, then they're like, oh cool, I'm in. Right?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden they say they feel better. Right? So if they feel better, they were in that fear space. So that would be some reasons of why they would want to, at least in my opinion. Melissa, your thoughts on that?
I agree with what you just said. I mean, you said what I would say. Yeah.
Anybody on Spaces?
Yeah, and anybody want? Oh, thank you, Mr. Mann. He did share that road to adoption that he
perfect.
had.
Yeah.
And I also put it in our chat there for those of you that are watching on YouTube's and what you call it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Does anybody else have any thing they'd like to contribute in regards to the why you'd want to?
Why other people might want to. Most of us here on this broadcast, we're in at some level. Like we've took the bold step to dang it, I was gonna go Star Trek-y on us. A brave new world. We took the big bold steps to get in and do it ourselves. It looks like the crypto professor. I know a lot of people whose only investment money is in their retirement plans.
Yeah.
So that's the only way for them to do it. Exactly.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
They've already stuck everything they've had over there. Like that was the plan before cryptos. I mean, that was it. You did stock market or funds or
here's another thing that I've been thinking about when I say like we're you know, where we're going to marry these two systems at some point, right? We're you know, out with the old, in with the new, but there has to be that bridge between the
Yeah.
two, so that the
Mhm.
least amount of harm happens to people like us, right? And those of us that have been putting money away in our 401k plans, 403bs, you name it. We pretty much just, it comes out of our paycheck, and the average person doesn't even give it a second thought. They check the do it for me option, and away you go. And you hope that there's money there. And unfortunately, that is the way that it is. But when I start thinking about how big this is, and what the implications of even having a Bitcoin fund, that is going to be an option, right? And knowing that we're going into this new technology, or, you know, if there is an XRP fund that people can contribute to, okay,
Coming to a fund near you.
the money's got to come from somewhere. So you know, just like they're afraid of the banks getting rug pulled, right? With everybody going to the bank and saying, I want to take my money out. I don't trust you any longer. I want to be my own bank
Look
now,
at
right?
that.
Right. Okay. So there's those concerns. It's the same thing with our retirement plans, and all this fake money that's wrapped up in there, and all these propped up companies, stocks that we're invested in, right? In this fund or that fund or whatever. And so how do you kind of dismantle or marry the two and do the least amount of damage? At some point, the money that's in these stocks and whatnot, a lot of that is going to come out, and it's going to go into something else, and it's going to go into the Bitcoin ETF fund or whatever. So, and I mean, again, I'm not an expert. These are just my average Joe questions that, you know, I have enough information to be slightly dangerous to myself.
Whoa,
You know, but
easy now, easy now. You say words like that, you end up in a hospital, man. The state will come and get you. You know, she is not a danger to herself
I
whatsoever.
am not.
I am a solid character witness, and there's a multitude of videos that show that she is not a danger to herself.
I'm not.
Unless you're messing with her break time, then you might have an issue.
Yeah.
You know, you just had me I just thought of this awesome thing that came to me while you were talking about the marrying thing and the
Yeah.
stocks. And anybody out there back me up on this, I could see stocks, stock certificates becoming an NFT.
Mm.
Right. So now you have, like, theoretically the real thing again versus not. You know, I could see that kind of being a transition over to where okay, so let's say stocks go NFT, right? So there's the digital copy, right? So again, the fund managers, your Black Rocks, your Grayscales, your ARK Investments, etc., right? They would acquire these ETF or these NFTs. So now that they got the digital physical asset of the stock certificate, now they could rehypothecate ETF style and offer that to those funds too. I could see something like that in the future coming overboard. Also, we have the you have the smart contracts. Smart contract. You want if you want looking for a brand new job in the very, very near future, start learning smart contracts. You start learning smart contracts, because that will be a thing of the future. It won't be a today thing, but I know locally in my area, local banks, the mom and pop banks are already assigning people to make the switch to do these smart contracts, to develop the framework and the systems in the background so that these banks can talk to each other and do smart contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very interesting stuff. That was actually earlier this year. I talked to a banker on a side job that I was doing, and asked him if he was into crypto. I was, of course, expecting a no answer. And he said, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "I'm into Bitcoin. I'm into XRP." And I was like, dude, I sat there for like another 30, 40 minutes. Just we're out in his driveway, talking because, when you meet a fellow cryptopian in the real world, as opposed to the interwebs that we're on right now, you're just like,
this is why I love it.
"Can I
so
hug
much.
you? Are you real?" Yeah, it was a good conversation. Go ahead, Melissa.
Because there are so many folks that you may not have been friends with or talked to in the past, you would have thought we're from two different worlds, right? But this is such
Okay.
a connecting interest that is bringing us all together. And the other thing is, again, the amount of time and effort and energy that goes into helping our, I'm gonna say brothers and sisters, I'll call you, because I feel like you guys are my
That's
family.
right.
We're trying to help,
Cryptopians.
right? We're trying to help each other, and it's a certain kind of folks that do this, and that are at the beginning of all of this. And I feel blessed and excited that I've gotten to meet so many unique people, and people that have given me the time of day that might not have talked to me at all. And so I just really appreciate that. One thing, we've got about 10 minutes. Wow, man, our objective, and originally we were gonna do
Hey,
the
that's what happens when breaking news hits
I'm
the
telling you,
studio, man.
yeah.
We just sandbag all that stuff for a later date.
Exactly. Well, and maybe one of these days we can get Citizen of the Future to come on.
I'll
I
reach
don't
out.
know about XX, if they would be willing to do it, but I would love to talk to them a little deeper on their follow the money transformation map.
You know,
And we'll still post the link in there, but it really will take more time to really talk about that stuff. One thing I did want to say when you were talking about the stocks and turning them into
the
NFT.
NFTs. Yeah.
I guess one thing I think about with the Bitcoin being the fact that it is there's only 21 million, right? It's a finite supply.
Whole,
Where
right.
where I think that makes it different than a traditional stock, right? It is not the same. A lot of times you don't even really know how many shares exist because, like I say, they're allowed to do a lot of funky stuff when it comes to the stocks, and a lot of things are, yeah, and they're like propped up and whatnot. And so I would be, I understand it for the purpose, and again, I'm no expert on this, and I know I see people in here that look like they know a lot more than I do. So
Don't judge a book by its cover. Come out with it, sister. Come on.
I just want to say, like, it could also be one of those situations where, they start to do those things and it kind of tricks people into it, because then they're thinking that their stock or whatever is now an NFT or whatever, and that they're part of the world. But what is actually that stock? Are they actually owning a piece of the company or something physical? You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's the difference between like the ETF, electronically traded fund, versus the real
the
thing. Like who?
well, and even the spot, because
Well,
there
the
is.
spot is just spot price, whatever the retail market said it is. That's spot, right? If you look at the price of
Well,
Bitcoin right now, that's spot price.
yeah, but I thought that the spot, okay, so maybe I am completely wrong then. For some reason, I thought the spot ETF meant that they are required to hold that amount, like one for one of what they say that they have in the Bitcoin. So in the fund, whereas some of these other funds, they're not required to actually hold that amount. And so that's what I don't know if that's what I thought. So I could be wrong.
Well, but the spot. Well, that's one word, two different meanings on the
Mhm,
context, right? If it has a spot ETF fund, then they're also saying it's also on the price, the retail price. Okay, so like if you go buy silver, if you went to a silver coin store, you're gonna pay the spot price,
mhm.
right? But also the spot, if they're having a 1-to-1, then that means that these companies can't rehypothecate. That means that a company, say like if MicroStrategies want to get into the ETF game, then that means they could only have 190,000 ETFs for Bitcoin, whole
Mm,
Bitcoin, by the way, right? So but what they might do is they'll fractionalize it, right? Instead of Bitcoin, you're getting Satoshis, but that's just denominations of a Bitcoin is Satoshis or Sats, SAT. Not like the test you took in high school, but kind of a coincidence that it is that, right? Dun, 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 dun.
Kind of a
Things that make
coinky
you go, yeah, coinky dink.
Man,
Yeah,
you're
interesting
throwing out
though.
all kinds of stuff that makes me that puts
Dude, when I'm on
oh,
the job site and when I'm working, go ahead, talk to me.
no, crypto professor did say, he said spot
Spot
versus
versus
futures.
futures. Thank
That's what I'm
you. Thank
talking
you.
about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
am I right, crypto professor, that spot means they have to have it and the futures is it's based on the future value or something. So it's not like they have to actually have the full amount, if I understood that correctly.
spot is today's price, futures is where it could go.
Okay.
Kind of like high, but there is there's the real and the fake. When you
Yeah.
do there has been Bitcoin futures already being traded. You could go onto exchange and do that if they
Right.
offered futures, right? So you're basically gambling
Yeah.
in a roundabout way, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're right though. The one to,
Gambler.
I'd
I'm
be
a
interested to
gambler.
see if you know
Gambler,
what I'd be
gambler.
really interesting to see that and I in truth I haven't done any research on this because I'm more of a if you don't hold it you don't own it. But if these companies have to have a 1-to-1,
Mm-hmm.
21 million divided by 9 billion people, do the math on that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think there's going to be in a level of rehypothecation because it's an ETF, and in ETFs you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to make fugazis.
Amanda says, didn't know, looked it up. Canada, Germany, Brazil, and Australia, as well as tax havens, Jersey, Switzerland, Liechtenstein. I can't say that. Liechtenstein and Guernsey all have BTC spot ETFs already.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, man, for checking that out. I didn't know if America was first, but we're the first at the end of the line. That's where we're at right now.
If you're first, you last. If you're not first, you last.
I guess so. We're always late to the party. That's all right though. Thank you, Amanda.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't really go down that road. I'm more of a you don't own it or you don't hold it, you don't own it.
What do we got left for so next Wednesday we are going to be blessed with Mr. Man on Dipito Let's Talk Crypto. And so we're super excited about that. We're going to be able to expand our conversation. And then the following week on Wednesday, what you got in store for us, Simon? Because this is going to be
we're going to kind of go off topic a little bit here on the Dipito Crypto Show, but we are going to dip your toe into the infinite banking concept. I myself am learning lots about this. I would be in it right now. I'd be doing this infinite banking concept right now. If I had the loot and the amount of if I had the money or the cash flow to commit to this. It's not that it's expensive, but it is a contract and you do have obligations to meet. But in a crypto windfall, right? Peak market, and you're looking for a place to stick those profits for the time until the crypto market cools off somewhere. This is a beautiful two-factor vehicle in the infinite banking concept. Really helps people out. So we're gonna have an agent on, as well as a few other individuals. I know that Manny is going to be here. I know that NFT Solutions is going to be on the stream via Spaces. I know that Elizabeth from the Staple Crew, she will be joining us. She's recently got in on this. Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody, man. Manny. There's somebody else. No, I think that's it. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 4 myself and you, of course. And we're going to talk about the infinite banking concept. What is it? And, kind of give everybody something else to think about that is in my opinion, just as exciting as crypto, if not a little bit more exciting. But that's just me.
Well, and it takes us to the next level when we do. When
It
we
really
do get
does. It really does.
where we're
You know,
going and you have a plan. And
is in my opinion just as exciting as crypto, if
Yeah.
not a little bit more.
I don't know what happened there.
Me neither, but it happens. Manny, what's
All
up?
right.
Megan Talia said something. She says, "Don't care if my seat is first or last, as long as I get to the same table." Amen. Love that.
Oh, I think
When will that stream happen? Cody, that's going to be going on the 24th. Same Dip-a-Toe time, same Dip-a-Toe channel. 7 p.m. East Coast, 4 p.m. for all you West Coasters here in the great US of A. That's 24th. 17th, Mr. Man, he's got the plan.
It's going to be awesome. I think we
Awesome.
rug pulled on Spaces, unfortunately.
Oh
But
no,
yeah,
boo.
I'm like, it looks like my phone kept acting like it, and now it looks like there's just the three of us in there. So
Oh.
I'm thinking it might have ended. But in any event, I'm gonna share my screen for our new little song, and then I'll play the other song.
Cover that.
For anybody
Well,
else.
thanks for coming out, everybody. Hang out for the outro music. Let us know what you think.
Guys. Let's see if we can hear it. I don't know. Maybe you can't hear it. Oh, wait.
Oh, hold on. Did you hit play? You did.
Wait.
I got nothing.
I did.
You have to.
I did.
You have to share the whole thing with the
Yeah,
sound.
there
You
There you
didn't
go.
click the sound thing.
Wait a minute.
Nope.
There.
Nope.
Uh,
Hit
hang
play.
on. Play it. Play out. Play on, playa.
Don't worry so
There we go.
much. Give the water a touch. Nobody has to know. And if the time is right, just let your mind ignite.
Thanks, Brent. Appreciate you. Cody, Manny, Crypto Professor.
Dip the toe.
Oh, God.
Dip the toe.
Dip the toe.
No reason to hide. Get all the way inside. I'll take you for a ride.
Oh.
Crypto Slave, Cody, thank you so much. Let's see, there's Amanda, Lisa, thank you so much. Shout out to Slave once again in case I missed you. And anybody else that didn't comment in the comment section, thank you very much.
We love you. We appreciate.
Thank you for everybody on Spaces and on Facebook and on all the other channels that were blasting this noise too.
Dip-a-toe is out. Here we go.
Good night. See you next week.
Is it gonna do it?
Give everybody something else to think about that is, in my opinion, just as exciting as crypto.